One of the absolute best parts of a Disney cruise is Castaway Cay. And if you guys have been on a Disney cruise before, you know that Castaway Cay is one of the highlights. It was for us on our last cruise. And in today's video, we're gonna tell you everything you need to know about Disney's private island, Castaway Cay.
So first off, you might be wondering, what is Castaway Cay? Castaway Cay is Disney's private island in the Bahamas, and there's a few different itineraries that do go there. So if you're planning on going on a Disney cruise to either the Bahamas or the Caribbean, you will stop at Castaway Cay.
And if you're lucky enough, some itineraries actually stop at Castaway Cay twice on a cruise. Those are rare, so make sure you check Disney Cruise Line if that's something that you're interested in. But there are cruises that do go there twice.
Yeah.
And like Alex said, it's Disney's private island in the Bahamas, and it is, to us, it is like, it's paradise.
Yeah.
It is, like I said in the intro, it is the highlight of a Disney cruise for sure if you go there.
We absolutely loved it when we went on our cruise. It was definitely, like Matt said, the highlight of our cruise. There's so much to do there, it's beautiful, and we're gonna get into some of the details now.
So before you even get off the ship at Castaway Cay, make sure you have your stateroom key with you. You're gonna need this at the end of the day to get back onto the ship, so make sure you have it for you and the rest of your family so that there's no issues when you're getting back on board. Now with that aside, the first tip that we're gonna give you is when you get off the ship, we recommend that you take the tram. You have a couple options when you get off. You can either take the tram over to like the main area of Castaway Cay, or you can walk. If you maybe have never been there before and you want to do a little bit exploring, you can walk. It is a pretty long walk, so it's gonna take you some time.
Yeah.
But if you just want to get to the beach faster and get your activity started faster, we recommend taking the tram. It's a nice tram ride. You get to hear some nice like tropical music, and that's just our preferred way of getting around. It just saves you a little bit of time because you are only there for a certain amount of hours.
So the tram is free, and it will take you to the main part of the island and to Serenity Bay too.
Now, you might be wondering, what is Serenity Bay? And Serenity Bay is our favorite part of Castaway Cay. That is the adult-only beach. It is 18 and up, no kids are allowed on this beach, so if you do have kids and you want to enjoy Serenity Bay, we recommend that you drop them off with the kids club on the island so that you guys can enjoy that, and we highly recommend you do so. But this is absolutely beautiful. It is very, very quiet. There's usually few people there at a time, and the ones that are there are obviously respectful and very quiet, considering it is adults only, and it is just a great place to just kind of get away for a few hours, even if you don't want to spend your whole day there. We really recommend that you guys check this out. This is one of the highlights if you're an adult.
And they do have plenty of beach chairs and umbrellas there, as well as hammocks, and they also provide beach towels as well. So when you're done with the beach towels, you just put them in, they have bins so that they can wash them. So that's nice as well. When you get off the ship, you don't have to bring your own towels.
Yes, but they do have towels for you when you get off the ship. You can grab them there, or you can grab them at Serenity Bay. There's plenty of towels, but yeah, Serenity Bay is really awesome. I like the hammock. I will admit I fell asleep in the hammock for a couple hours, but yeah, Serenity Bay is an absolute must-do with or without kids on your cruise. Aside from Serenity Bay, there's also the family beach, which is the most popular beach, obviously at Castaway Cay. That's where you can hang out with the whole family. It's a pretty big beach. There's plenty of chairs to choose from there. We actually, when we went to Castaway Cay on our last cruise, we started at the family beach. We hung out there a little bit, did some snorkeling. This is actually where the snorkeling area is too. So if that's something that you're interested in, that's where you would do it. There's a designated area to snorkel. And
they do provide you with life vests that you need to wear if you're going to be snorkeling. We brought our own snorkel gear, but you can also rent it on the beach as well. Yeah,
you can rent it for the day. It's very comparable to the price if you were to buy it yourself. So if you're going to go on multiple cruises, or you just want to snorkel in your local beach or whatever, we kind of recommend you just go on Amazon and buy it there, just so you have it with you forever. But they do have it if you happen to forget it or you choose to rent it. But snorkeling was a lot of fun.
Yeah, they have a lot of different things that you could see under the water. If you swim all the way out, you could see like a shipwreck.
Yeah.
They have like a sunken boat. They have different Minnie and Mickey statues that you can find too. And then there's of course like a bunch of beautiful fish and coral, and it's awesome. It's really fun.
Yeah, we did a little bit of snorkeling. It was my first time snorkeling, so I was having some trouble with the mask. But we didn't go out as far as I would have liked to, but on the next cruise we definitely will do that. But like Alex said, there's so much to see underneath. You know, the Imagineers planted a whole bunch of things that you can see underneath you, whether it's fish or you know, buried treasure or anything like that. There's a lot there.
And if you're a parent that's like a little bit worried, they do have plenty of lifeguards throughout the whole area too, watching all the snorkelers and the swimmers on the beach. So there is lifeguards there if you were worried about that.
Yeah, but that's all at the Family Beach area. And also in that area is Pelican Plunge, which is the water slide at Castaway Cay, and this was a lot of fun. We only did this once. We did this at the end of the day, and I kind of wish we did it earlier.
You swim out to it, which is cool. You swim out to it, and then you climb up, and then you go up, and there's 2 different slides to choose from, an enclosed one and an open one, and then when you come out of the slide, it shoots you right into the ocean. So it was a lot of fun. And we saw a lot of different people doing it, like little kids, people our age, adults, even like a grandmother, like everybody was having fun on it, so it was really cool.
Yeah, there's something for everybody.
Yeah. So another great amenity to Castaway Cay is Scuttle's Cove, which is the children's area. So now if you have kids and you're adults, you could drop your kids off at Scuttle's Cove, and they have counselors there that'll do like all different fun activities with them. They have slides, different beach activities that they can do. So like Matt was saying before, if you have kids, you could drop them off there. They have an awesome time, and then you can have some adult-only time at Serenity Bay.
Yeah, and kind of from what we've seen online, we obviously don't have kids, so we didn't experience Scuttle's Cove, but from what we've read online is it tends to skew more towards like the younger kids. Yeah. Like if you have, you know, maybe 2 to 5 or 6 year old kids. The general consensus we've seen is that if you have kids that are about like 8 to 10, it might not be for them. But I mean, go check it out for yourselves. We can't tell you firsthand because we haven't experienced it. Yeah. But again, it's a place where you can take your kids and maybe get over to Serenity Bay for a little bit, and they bring, you know, some activities on the island for them. Yeah. Another really fun activity that we highly recommend on Castaway Cay is renting bikes. This is something that we didn't really think to do, but I'm glad we did it on our last cruise because it was a great way to see the island. Castaway Cay is a very, very small island, but there's actually a lot of it that is unused. Yeah. There is so much just kind of, I don't want to call it wasteland, but there's a lot of unused property on Castaway Cay. And this is a good way to kind of get around and see everything. If you take the bikes out, they were relatively cheap. I want to say they were maybe about $15 an hour or something like that. And an hour is plenty of time to use it. We kind of took it around. We rode up and down the little, I'll call it like not the airport, but like the heliport area. If you've been to Castaway Cay before, you know what I'm referring to. But yeah, it was great. And then you could take it out to like the lookout point. Yeah. Climb up the lookout point, and then you can get a really, really good view of Castaway Cay from up there. You can see your cruise ship docked, so it's a really good spot if you want to get some nice like aerial photos. Yeah, I highly suggest going to it because it's a somewhat of a short bike ride, and you go up and the views are amazing up there. Like Matt said, you could get really good pictures. We also rode the bikes to Serenity Bay. Yeah. So that's another thing that you could do. If you rent the bikes, instead of taking the tram there or walking, you could take the bikes. Yeah. And then also along the way, there was some nice photo ops. Remember we stopped? Yeah. They have like a little plane and different things that you could take pictures near, so. Yeah, definitely recommend it. And like Alex said, we went out to Serenity Bay. We went out to the lookout point. We also drove past like where the cabanas were. Oh yeah. And that was nice over there too. There was like another end beach where it was very, very quiet and like kind of desolate. Yeah. But yeah, the bikes were a great, great activity. Something we definitely recommend. And I know I said they were $15 an hour. Between you and me, I don't think they're actually checking. So it's kind of like the honor system. So if you have the bike for more than an hour, I don't think they're gonna charge you more than that. Yeah. So, I mean, kind of take it or leave it if you wanna go by the honor system with that. But yeah, and you can hold it for a while. They also have bikes for everyone too. Like they have little bikes for the little kids, they have adult bikes, male, female. And then, did they have ones that you could put babies in the back? That I'm not sure. I don't remember. And they also do provide helmets too. They have everything there for you. You don't have to bring any of your own stuff. Yeah. So yeah, definitely recommend. Yeah, absolutely. And sticking with like the physical activities on Castaway Cay, there's of course the Castaway Cay 5K, which is a free 5K. And if you guys have done Run Disney events in the past, it doesn't have all the pomp and circumstance of the regular Run Disney races. It's kind of like, they bring everybody to the start line, they set you off, 3, 2, 1, go, and then you're kind of on your own. But yeah, it's a fun way to get on the island first. The runners are the first people that get to go onto Castaway Cay, so if you want a little bit of an extra time there, we recommend you do that. If we didn't do it on our cruise because it was our first time to Castaway Cay and we didn't want to take time away from being at the beach and exploring, but it's something we'll probably do in the future. And it's definitely a way to get a little bit more time on the island as opposed to just getting off with the regular guys.
Yeah, so a lot of people do it just for fun. We've seen a lot of people walk it. It's 2 loops around the island, so you don't have to be a runner to partake in it.
No, not at all.
It's just for fun, and you do get a free medal when you finish the race. So it's fun.
So after all those activities, you're gonna work up an appetite, and there are 3 places to eat on Castaway Cay. There's Cookies Barbecue, Cookies 2, and then the adults only barbecue area. Cookies and Cookies 2 are by the family beach. They're on like the main part of the island, I'll call it, for lack of a better term. And that's where you'll find burgers, hot dogs, ribs, fruits and salads, all different types of really good food. This is all free, of course. This is included with the cost of your cruise. And if you maybe don't have a family or you want to eat on the adults only side of things, there is a barbecue over at Serenity Bay, which is actually where we ate on our cruise.
And we really enjoyed the food. There was a lot of different varieties, so if you have any allergies or anything like that, I feel like you will find something that you can eat. There was all different kinds of food, and we thought it was really good.
It was surprisingly good.
Yeah, they had like barbecue chicken, ribs, hot dogs and hamburgers, and then like Matt said, all different fruits and salads. They also had the free soft-serve ice cream.
Oh yes, I forgot about that.
Similar to what you could get on the ship. They do have it at the barbecue places too.
Yeah,
so.
I had one of those cones.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, the food is really good, surprisingly. You don't have to pay for it, like Matt said. And there's a few different locations, so they make it convenient.
Yeah, the only difference between Cookies and Cookies 2 versus the adults only is obvious, well, for starters, the adults only barbecue is adults only.
Yeah.
But at the adults only barbecue, they serve ribeye steaks. Which they do not have at the other 2. So if you're looking for steak for lunch, they have it at the adults only barbecue at Serenity Bay. If you don't care for the steak, you can go to Cookies or Cookies 2. It's the same exact food, and like Alex said, it was really good.
So if you guys are looking for alcohol while on the island, there are a few bars throughout the island, one being at Serenity Bay. And then there's a few others as well. So you are able to get alcohol on the island, different mixed drinks, beers, things of that nature.
Yeah, and like Alex said, there are a couple of bars, but they also have the servers that come around and will take your order from your beach chair and then bring your drink over to you, which is nice if you don't ever want to have to get up. And like we said in our previous video, if you guys didn't check that out, we did a video on tips and tricks for your first time on a Disney cruise. We'll leave that up in the corner. But in that video, we talked about the alcohol on a Disney cruise. And just to reiterate, there is no alcohol package. You pay per drink. It's not like Royal Caribbean or Norwegian where you can buy a pre-purchased alcohol package. Everything is, you pay as you go. And lastly, we are going to talk about merchandise. And a big tip we're going to give you guys is if you want to buy Castaway Cay merchandise, make sure you do it when you're on the island. A lot of people make the mistake of saying, oh, that's okay, like we'll wait till we get back on the ship, we don't want to carry the bags or whatever. That's a mistake because literally like 99% of the Castaway Cay merchandise is only sold on Castaway Cay. There's not much that's sold in the gift shops on the ship. So if you're looking for a shirt or anything like that, make sure you get it when you're on the island.
And like Matt said, there's on the ship, I think there was like a few Castaway Cay pins that you could get.
The small magnets.
Magnets. Like but if you want like t-shirts and towels and different things like that, you can only get it on the island. And I believe there was 3 or 4 different merchandise locations on the island, spread out throughout the island. So you can check which stores that you want to buy different things at. And like Matt said, make sure you get your Castaway Cay stuff on the island. So like Matt was saying, when we rode our bikes on Castaway Cay, we rode past the cabanas. Now, what you could do is you can book massages in those cabanas through the spa on the ship. So the women that work in the spa, they will get off the ship and you can have your own private cabana to do a massage on the beach, which sounds really nice. I might do that next time we go. But that's definitely an amenity if you're looking to do. Book it ahead of time because I think the cabanas like fill up pretty quickly. When we were riding past them, it said like the people's names on the outside and like almost every single one was full. So definitely do that ahead of time or like when you're on the ship before you get off. That's what I would recommend. And
speaking of doing things ahead of time, we also recommend any excursions on Castaway Cay, something we haven't hit on yet. We recommend you book those when you book your cruise or before you go on the cruise. So there's a lot of different things you could do and things you can rent at Castaway Cay. You can rent jet skis, you can rent like those I don't know how to describe them, but they're like these big boats that kind of go in the ocean and you paddle.
Yeah, they look like bicycles.
Yeah, they look like just big bicycles. All those type of things, we recommend you guys book those ahead of time, especially things like jet skis or parasailing or anything like that.
The Stingray adventure.
The Stingray encounter, yeah, that's another thing. So we recommend you guys book that before you get to the island, because we don't want you guys to go and have your heart set on either doing like the Stingray adventure or parasailing and it's filled up for the day. And like,
because they do fill up pretty quickly. A lot of people, they're popular. A lot of people want to do them, so definitely try and do it before you get on the ship. Anything
you want to do you should pre-book, we highly recommend you guys do that in advance so you can just relax once you're there. So we hope you guys found this video helpful and informative if you are looking to go on a Disney cruise, or if you were just curious about Castaway Cay. If you guys have been there before, leave us a comment down below. Let us know what your favorite part of Castaway Cay is. For us, it's Serenity Bay, and it's probably always gonna be Serenity Bay. And if you haven't been there before, let us know what you're looking forward to experiencing when you do go.
And with that being said, like our video, that shows us you guys are enjoying what you're seeing. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already, and hit the notification bell so that you're notified every time we upload a new video. And with that being said, we'll see you guys real soon. Bye.
Bye.